It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce this evening's commencement speaker. When I'm considering who to invite to be our commencement speaker, I first, of course, think of speakers who are leaders and best in the world of business. They've had successful careers, had a unique impact on those they serve, and are able to deliver a message suited to this important occasion. Sanjay Reddy embodies all of those criteria. As a respected and influential global leader, as Vice Chairman of GVK, through his management and leadership, Sanjay is helping shape a myriad of game-changing initiatives in energy, transportation, real estate, hospitality, and life sciences. Among his many significant accomplishments, he has been instrumental in making GVK the largest private airport operator in India and has helped shape the research landscape with the founding of GVK Biosciences, which employs more than 2,000 scientists. Sanjay holds a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering from Purdue University and, most importantly, an MBA from the Ross School of Business. He stayed actively involved with Ross throughout his career, serving as ambassador, recruiter, mentor, and currently as a member of the Ross School Advisory Board. He actively contributes to industry and the global community through his many leadership roles, some of which you can read about in your program. When I invited Sanjay to join us today, we talked about what he'd faced when he began his own illustrious career, the lessons he's learned over the past 25 years, and what he sees for you, the leaders of the future, as you sit on the threshold of this new stage in your career and life. I know you'll be inspired by what he has to share with you. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming back to Ann Arbor and to this podium a true leader who makes a positive difference in the world, Sanjay Reddy.
Good evening, Ross. How are you today? Must be that late night, huh? Dean Allison, faculty, families and friends, and most importantly, the smartest and brightest class of 2015. Graduating from one of the best business schools on the planet. A hearty congratulations. 25 years ago, I was sitting where you were, and it brings back a lot of glorious memories. Let me share a small secret with you. Guess what I was doing when the rest of my classmates were studying for the first semester MBA exams, final exams? I was actually selecting a wedding ring. I fell in love with this beautiful girl, and we got married in India just 5 days before the final exams of my first semester. And if you see my glorious and gorgeous wife, Pinky, sitting right here, I'm sure you'll understand why I was in a hurry to say I do. My first semester grades were quite good, but thanks to Pinky, from there on, it was all downhill. Of course, that was a very small price to pay, as she was the best thing that ever happened to me. Many of my dreams took shape when I was here in Ann Arbor. Pinky and I made her first home here, and not only did we discover each other, we also fell in love with Ann Arbor. My life started at Michigan, and I owe a lot of what I am today to this time I spent at this amazing institution. I am also very proud that my son Keshav graduated from Michigan last year, and he's also here with us today. Thank you. I was a very ordinary guy, actually, in school and in college. Ordinary in grades, ordinary in sports, and also ordinary when it came to impress girls. Then suddenly something happened to me in my senior year at Purdue, and I decided that I must get into one of the best MBA programs. After a lot of research, I zeroed in on Michigan, and when I got accepted, it was my first major dream come true. For the first time in my life, I was actually going from ordinary to feeling extraordinary. It gave me the confidence that I could actually accomplish anything that I wanted. And it was one day here in Michigan that I decided that I have to take charge of my life and made a list of my personal goals for the next 25 years. Dean Allison, the headline of your recent blog read, Michigan Ross will change your life. Let me tell you that I'm a lucky guy, as Michigan Ross has already changed my life. And I'm quite certain that it will change all of yours as well. Of course, some of that credit has to go to drinking fish bowls at Charlie's, piling up all those calories at Zingerman's, and of course, most importantly, shouting your guts out on football Saturdays. When I was named as the commencement speaker, you would have thought, who is this guy from India? What is he going to say that would have any impact on me? When Dean Allison actually invited me to be the commencement speaker, I felt very excited and privileged, but also wondered, why me? Especially with my kind of grades. So then I realized maybe they didn't have access to grades so far back. But reading the new Michigan Ross motto, which states that Ross develops leaders who make a positive difference in the world, made me realize that I have been living with a similar motto in my life, and Allison probably thought that I would be the right fit. It was actually providential that I was named as the commencement speaker just when I turned 50, coincidentally exactly 25 years from my graduation. It was as though I've been called back to Ann Arbor to submit my report for the last 25 years. And this time around, I hope the faculty will give me better grades than they did in my MBA. When I was pondering what I should talk to such a fabulous audience, an audience which is so gifted, I really had to think hard. Ross had no doubt provided you with all the insight into how to succeed in the workplace. But today, I hope I will provide you with some insights on how to plan and manage your life. When it comes to work, we prepare yearly goals and review them on a weekly basis, monthly basis, and a quarterly basis. We also use multiple tools to achieve these goals. But rarely do we ever do it at a personal level, if never. Today I'm going to share with you the personal mantras that helped me achieve my goals for the last 25 years. Our company GVK was founded by my father. It currently has over 75,000 employees, and we've invested over $6 billion in various businesses, which include energy, airports, transportation, real estate, hotels, and pharmaceuticals. For the past 25 years, I've had the exceptional good fortune of being part of starting and running many new businesses. All the businesses except our hotel business were started after I joined our company, GVK. During the course of my talk, I will refer to all that I have learned through this journey of 25 years. In India, we actually believe that the Navratnas, or the 9 gems, are very auspicious, and when kept close to you, have a profound impact on our lives. Actually, those 9 gems, a lot of people wear them as jewelry. Today, I would like to share with you my own Navratnas, or 9 lessons which serve as literal beacons in helping me achieve my goals. While many of these actually may sound very simplistic, I can vouch for the fact that it is true of most of life's lessons. So here I go. Number 1, clear the clutter. Today, life is extremely complex. We are burdened with an information overload and irrelevant data that tends to clutter our lives and distracts us from making the right decisions. When we won the bid to develop the Mumbai Airport, we realized that it's going to be one of the most difficult infrastructure projects to execute anywhere in the world. Due to its complexity, it was akin to a Rubik's Cube that threw new challenges at me every time I attempted to fix it. Just as I thought that I had one side neatly figured out, the other side would act up and refuse to fall into place. It took me some time to deconstruct the project, pare it down to the basics, and after I did, I was able to arrive at a solution with astonishing clarity. So my first mantra is always think through issues and simplify them before you rush into any decisions. Number 2, actually seek out challenges. Whenever you come across a challenge, face it head on. Do not shy away from it. This is one of the most important things I've actually learned from my father when I first joined business. Again, going back to the Mumbai airport, despite all the challenges that we had in front of us, instead of getting overwhelmed, I set up an audacious vision of shaping it into one of the best airports in the world. There were plenty of people who were actually laughing behind our backs because they were convinced that we would fail. Not only did we build a new airport in the same place as the existing airport while it was in operation, we simultaneously had to rehabilitate 300,000 people from 75,000 families who had encroached upon airport land by building new homes for them. It was akin to doing an open heart surgery on a marathon runner while he was still in the middle of a marathon. From the outset, we knew that what we were getting into, and therefore I instilled that never say die spirit into our team and stakeholders with the motto of one team, one dream. We eventually succeeded in transforming a huge challenge into a great opportunity. Number 3, keep learning. Like Albert Einstein, I ardently believe that the day we stop learning is the day we start dying. After we built India's first power plant, I wanted to test new grounds. I therefore started a pharmaceutical research company called GVK Biosciences. At that point, I knew as little about pharmaceuticals as I know about milking a kangaroo. It, however, gave me the wonderful opportunity to travel the world and learn a great deal about the exciting field of pharmaceuticals. Today, GVK Biosciences is one of the largest such companies in Asia. In my 25 years of career, I dealt with businesses based in unrelated sectors ranging from hotels to power, to pharmaceutical research, to airports, to resources. Each new business provided me with a new learning platform. So my friends, keep your eyes and ears open and always be in the learning mode. Strive to learn something every single day and from every single person that you meet. Number 4, do not limit yourself. Henry Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're always right. So when you have a choice, you might as well think you can. Most of us live with these imaginary limitations. So please get rid of these and learn to soar. I was suffering from weak knees because of my height for the longest time, for more than 30 years, and I was scared to run long distance. Last year I decided enough is enough, and I decided I'm going to break this mental barrier. It was not easy for me, but now I run 6 miles at least a couple of times a week, and I had to really push hard to complete my first marathon, but when I did, I was actually on the top of the world. While I was at Michigan, I had some amazing professors like C.K. Prahalad, who taught me to believe that my aspirations should always be greater than my means. He made me believe that anything is possible and constantly pushed me to think beyond my limits. God bless his soul. Number 5, love those who matter. Look at the people around you, your family and your friends. All of us draw strength from our family and friends who are our primary support system. I'm really proud of my father and mother who, despite hailing from a small village called Kottur in coastal India, have taught me how far sheer courage, determination, and hard work can take you. Sometimes I turn to Pinky for advice. Of course, all of the times I have to go to her for permission. Even though she is not directly involved in our business, she has the intuition to understand complex issues and suggest simple yet unorthodox solutions. Also, during these years, I have worked alongside some wonderful colleagues who have become my extended family. I just cannot imagine where I would be without all of them today. Certainly not on this stage. While it is your special day, it was made possible by your family, your parents, spouses, children, siblings, friends, etc., who have come all across America and also from across the world. Please give them a big round of applause. especially for the ones who are sitting right up there at the back. Number 6, follow your passion. Confucius said, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life. Imagine you get paid to have fun. I'm very passionate about being creative in everything I do. So when we built our first power plant, IFC Washington, which was our banker, questioned our commitment to environmental protection. So taking this up as a challenge, we built a power plant that was designed like a botanical garden. And also, it was the first power plant in the world which had a zoo and a bird sanctuary in it. Today, it is actually referred to as a botanical garden, which also generates electricity. So being creative makes me feel active and alive. So take a shot at what you really love, and in all likelihood, you will be successful. Even if you're not, it is better to try and fail at something you love than succeed at something you don't. Number 7, learn to ask why not. As children, we're always trained to ask the question why for everything. But when I started working, I modified that to keep asking why not. When confronted with a problem, I constantly ask myself, why not a solution that is different? A solution that is novel. At Mumbai Airport, again, given the limited land and multiple challenges, we were crazy enough to ask the question, why not aspire to become the best in the world? That was only possible if we could do something which was never attempted in any airport in the world. So we decided we're going to tap into India's rich cultural heritage and showcase the beauty of Indian art and design in our new Terminal T2. We went on to establish the world's largest art program in any public space. It is called Jai Hai, which means glory to India. And it's showcased on a 2-mile-long wall, which is 18 meters high, has 6,000 artifacts, some dating back all the way to the 10th century. The Louvre in Paris, which is the most visited museum in the world, has over 9 million visitors a year. Whereas Jai Hai, which is our airport museum, witnesses 40 million footfalls a year. Just imagine the impact it has on foreigners visiting India, and also the likely impact it will have on the next generation of Indians. From the most constrained airport in the world to the best in the world. That's what, and that's how far a question, why not, can take you. Number 8, celebrate failure. When I was here at Ann Arbor, one of my favorite classes was Failure 101, where I learned how to celebrate failure. Let me confess, and I'm sure it's the same with you, I hate to fail, I detest it, and will do everything to ensure that I do not fail. But if I do, which happens sometimes, I take full responsibility, don't look for excuses, or waste my time on regrets. I don't let the failure bog me down. Instead, I dust my knees and move on, looking back only to learn from it. Michael Jordan, which is my all-time favorite athlete, said, I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. And 26 times when I was trusted to take the game-winning shot, I missed. I failed again, over and over and over again. And that is why I succeed. Number 9, last but most important, give back. There is no greater joy than giving to others. One of our most enduring and rewarding initiatives is called GVK EMRI, which is part of our not-for-profit free ambulance service, which runs 12,000 ambulances and also handles 200,000 calls a day and attends to 20,000 emergencies a day. We cater to over 800 million people in India, and every day we save over 700 lives and help deliver over 300 babies in our ambulances on the way to the hospital. Just to put that number in perspective, that's how many babies are born each day in the entire state of Michigan. By the time I actually finish my speech, we would have actually saved 10 more lives and would help deliver 4 more babies. Prior to GVK EMRI, which was initiated 9 years ago, India had no organized ambulance service. To date, we have saved over 1 million lives. That's right, 1 million lives. There is too much inequality in the world, and as one of the largest alumni networks in the world, let us tap into our collective power to make meaningful contributions that will create a more equal world. These are my nine Navratnas, or 9 gems that helped me reach where I am today. But equally important is actually how you tie all these together. Just a university degree or training will not get you where you want. Nor will you get there if you have the talent and being on top of your class. What you need is a positive attitude, which will tie all these 9 gems together. Always maintain a positive attitude, however difficult or complex the situation. Actually enter into a pact with yourself and keep remembering to always be positive. I can assure you it will alter your life in unimaginable ways. Life is all about simple truths which we forget in our day-to-day lives. It took me a long time to figure this out, and by sharing them with you today, I hope you will get a significant head start on something which is so important. Now that I've finished my 25-year journey and I'm back at Ann Arbor, I'm actually in the same position as you are, about to begin my next journey, and equally excited to start thinking about my next 25 years. Greatness awaits all of you beyond these doors. Grab it with both your arms. I urge you to take some time on one of the weekends and reflect on what you want to do with your life. While we always have been trained to look for solutions outside, I can assure you that the real solutions lie within us. Dig deep, find yourself, listen to that inner voice, and commit your life goals to paper. Also, come up with your own personal 9 gems or Navratnas, which you need to be monitoring and reviewing regularly. If you're clear about what you want, you will find a way to get there. If I could do it, I'm quite certain you can as well. Glow Blue.